Stash, we come here today to learn from the words you are going to say. We have a conundrum we hope you might solve. May your wisdom our current confusion dissolve.
Good. Oh, tell me what you seek to know.
Stash. Invaders from alopecia come to Trichosia, and refugee mandates which, among other things, prohibit the growing of mustaches.
Why those baby-faced man-children? That's what I said!
So, what we want to know
is what is the appropriate way to deal with this new legislation and the threat posed by the invaders? This is a question? Huh? I should think the answer would be clear. And what is the answer? Why you must fight!
That's what I said!
Indeed. The Alopecians have endangered the very basis of our society. Mustache is a vital part of our culture. And I should know, I'm the Arch-Stache. Stash's Trichosia, what would I be? The Arch Nothing. That's what. Alopecia started this conflict, but you lads, have the chance to finish it. If they want war, we'll fight them, so sharpen your knife. This red menace is threatening our way of life. Fight for your country, fight for your families, fight for your Arch-Stache.
We shall!
Yes, of course. But how should we go about trying to fight the invaders? Well, one inquiry per visit, please.
Come on, Ashel, we know what we must do.
Yes, go! Fight for Trichosia. Godspeed. I'll be rooting for you from here.
There you have it. The Arch-Stache says we must fight.
And so we must. But what do you propose that we could possibly do that could give us a chance to stand up to the Alopecians?
We rally what remains of the Blue Army.
The Blue Army? Are you serious? I thought we had already established that they're useless.
And I thought we'd established that our country and its institutions were worth defending. Besides, the Blue Army is our only hope. Maybe we can train them up a bit. I'm sure once they see what this invasion would mean for our way of life, that every last man in the Blue Army will fight for Trichosia with all he's got. We can't live like this. We cannot and will not see our great nation laid low by a bunch of smooth faces.
Yes, but times change.
They don't have to.
A thought occurs. Maybe our boys can't win a war on their own. But what if we went and got help?
Come again?
I think that to cause rebellion without foreign aid would be folly. But if another country were to join us in our fight, perhaps we might be able to repel the invaders.
Shoot straight ahead. You're a genius, but against the might of the Red Army, who would aid us?
Well, perhaps the natives of Skagholm to the north. The men up there are said to cultivate facial stubbery not unlike our own.
Skags? But they're barbarians.
Come on, Hector. Now's not the time to squabble over such petty differences. You said it yourself. Our homeland is threatened. Our families, our traditions are under attack. We must put such squalms aside and focus on what really matters.
You're right. We must not lose sight of what's important. Maintaining our mustaches and all they stand for.
Right.
Yes, we blues must hold fast to the ways of the past. Smooth faces, I say, are a fad that won't last. Our ancestors have always sported mustaches. So polish your sabers and stitch up your sashes. We will rally what remains of the Blue Army. We will seek an alliance with the Skags. And then Trichosia is going to war! Yeah!
soup strainer sought out the skags as they traveled due north over hilltops and crags. And as they approached the lead skag in his lair, soup strainer exclaimed,
"We should nearly be there!"
It seems we have the visitors by Yemeni.
We come in peace!
You will pardon us if we do not welcome you immediately. You are the moustache types. We wonder why you wear your chins and cheeks in such a fashion. In our culture, this is considered a sign one is not trustworthy.
We have traveled long and far that we may ask for your help.
I am a Baz, chief Baz of the sky. Why should we help you?
We face a common enemy. The Empire of Alopecia seeks to conquer all of its path and leave every territory they encounter permanently bereft of mustaches. And if left unchecked, one day, beards as well. We Tricosians are being persecuted for our traditions, and if our rebellion fails, the people of Skagholm may meet the same fate when the Red Army comes marching across your border.
And what will you be needing?
We would like to enlist the aid of any militia you may equip and mobilize, so that we might stand side by side, and thereby, perhaps, preserve freedom for the facially easier suit everywhere.
Yeah, schmurgy furgy burgy. Olaf?
IKEA. Also, Rick. Aber unter manige Schnade. Aber unter
I'm afraid we cannot help you.
What? Why?
It is simple. My people, we have a certain way of doing things. Certain, how you say, traditions. These traditions are very important to us, and we do not want them threatened. Mr. Snowbox, Mr. Snoopstring, you threaten our traditions. Your people and the mine are too different.
Different. Different how? Oh, I say. But this difference is only a tiny one. Surely we can overcome it. It would be to our mutual benefit.
No, perhaps he's right.
Wait, what?
By my conviction, boss.
Are you crazy? What do you think you're doing?
He knows where he stands, Herschel. He keeps his people's ways. I only wish that we could do the same.
Don't you get it? If our two countries don't work together, no one will be able to keep the old ways. There'll only be the Alopecian way.
Perhaps we should look for help elsewhere. Thank you for your time, boss.
Chief Buzz.
Certainly. Thank you, Chief Boss.
You are welcome. We wish you luck in the world, though we will not help you. Now, please to be going. Please.
Disheartened, of course, by the chance that was gone, our travelers nevertheless journeyed on. They searched here and there, they searched day and night, seeking anyone willing to aid in their fight. Hogan River they swam, which was deep, wide, and wet. Till they reached the ground, where no stash had ventured yet. Again they found no one who'd fight by their side, as the unibrow baron who banished them cried.
Fie to you men with your foul facial hair, elsewhere twixt our brows, yes, but never elsewhere. Sympathy with you we surely do share, but to fight by your side, why, we never would dare.
So they roamed further still in search for a friend, lest their mustached cause meet an untimely end. They stomped through the swamp and they walked through the wood, scaling Mutton Chop Mountain to see what they could. And just like the others they talked to that day, the grand Poobah Mutton Chop sent them away.
I live from advice that I got from my dad. Keep those chops in ship shape, son. You'll always look rad. So we'll stick with the style our forefathers had. Depart with your stashes and make us all glad.
Having resorted to plan C and D, our boys moved on to E and they set out to sea. They sailed till they reached the Orharian shore, in order the ear hair mayor's aid to implore.
Oh, please, will you help us?
We're Dracosians!
We seek a like-minded ally to fight against the Alapetian menace.
What's that? What's it say?
We're talking about war, old man. War!
Oh, yes, I'm plenty warm. Thank you, young man. Such nice young men, and such distinguished mustaches. I sure wish there was something I could have helped them with. Why, Orhar's had such a productive year. Seems we made too much of just about everything. Food, tents, weapons, you name it. Peacetime, what were we thinking? Sure wish they could have taken some of this excess off our hands. Oh well.
After 2 months, the two men returned home, with no allies to show for their arduous roam. So they gathered the Blue Army vets they could find, and they suited them up, and they marched them in line. And all of the while, the Red Army cracked down. Folks were caving and shaving all over the town. In the Schnerbart house, though, resistance held fast, preparing a battle they feared was their last.
Well, men, tomorrow it finally happens. We will meet our opponent on the field of battle, and once more and for all time determine the fate of the mustache in Trichosia.
Yes. Alone.
No, not alone. We are joined by the courage and strength of our brothers in blue. Our numbers are swelled threefold.
Who could that be?
Good question.
It's a red soldier, but, well, you're not going to believe it.
Gadzooks!
What are we going to do?
Well, he's obviously not just going to leave. Let's see what he has to say. Weapons at the ready, men. You seemed more imposing through the peephole. Now speak, Alapetian. What are you doing here? Why do you sport a mustache and yet wear the uniform of our enemy?
My name is George Glatt. Do you know of me? My father is Michael Glatt, commanding general of the Red Army.
Oh.
Which one of you is Hector Schnerbart? I'm seeking to join the resistance.
Oh, now, just hold on here. Why should we trust you? What makes us think you aren't a spy? Why would you turn traitor against your own father?
Easy now, Herschel. He's just a kid.
I am not! I am a soldier capable of making my own decisions. And I'm seeking to join the resistance because my father is a tyrant who needs to be taught a lesson.
What do you mean?
All this power has gone to his head. It's making him crazy. With these new laws and regulations, it's making people do things they don't want to do, all for no real reason. But there's something else. Another reason I ran away.
What is it?
Well, I think mustaches are awesome.
Yeah!
My father doesn't agree.
No, he sure doesn't. Well, George, my name is Hector Schneeberg. Welcome to the Blue Army. I can use every man I can get.
Thank you, sir.
Hector, may I speak to you a moment, please?
We'll get you set up with a proper uniform before morning. Coming, dear.
What do you think you're doing? You're going to get yourself killed.
Please try to understand. This is bigger than me. Bigger than all of us. I try to protect our country, our way of life.
You have responsibilities, Hector. A family. You can't throw your life away on a matter of principles. You can't let yourself be slaughtered just for a stupid mustache.
You've always loved my mustache.
No, Hector. Frankly, I've never liked it.
No, sir, you can't. You don't mean that. It's everything I am. Everything we are as a people. Do you mean to say that all these years you've been living a lie?
I wish you wouldn't exaggerate so much. No, I don't like it, but I put up with it because, yes, it's a part of our culture, but more because it's so important to you, and because I love you. Too much for me to let you destroy yourself over something so pointless.
I love you. Too much to let your world be ruined by these red bastards. We have a country and a heritage worth defending, and I will defend it, even if I must do it alone.
I can't tell you what to do. I can only ask you once more, please, not to go through with this madness.
Are you coming back?
Yes. Now, there's much to do by morning, then. Only let's do our planning in some other room. This one doesn't feel so homey anymore. Forward, men! Give up all you've got! Fight for your homeland! For your family! For your mustaches!
What's the matter, Schneebart? Afraid they didn't finish that yourself?
They do not hear you, Father. I do not hear you. And they will fight to the last man to defend their principles. Principles, something you've lost sight of on your power trip.
Don't talk nonsense, boy.
I'm not a boy, Dad! I am a man with a mustache, and I fight for Hector Schneebart and the Blue Army of Tricosia.
You've climbed aboard a sinking ship, boy. Let's see if you're willing to go down with it. Alopecians, do your worst! I knew you would see reason. You made the right choice, son. Your ranks are thinning, Schneebart. Come down from there and face me!
Hector, listen to me. We've had a good run, but now we have to stop. Think of Sarah. Think of your daughter. A mustache. Well, it's just not worth dying for.
Mr. Soup Strainer, you are dismissed.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Now go. Go now. Do what you can for my family, Herschel.
Surely you wouldn't shoot a man in the back? That would be cowardly. Ah, at last. The blue general faces off with the red. The end is quite near. It's high time it was said. You brought knives to a gunfight. In that, you were careless. It now seems quite certain. The future is headless. Now, Schneebart, your army is routed. Your men flee, and yet you do not. Why? Why do you do all this for a mustache?
I did it for men. And a man is more than mere mustache. A man is the heat of a wood fire, the musk of a grandfather's coat, the sound of rain falling in a pine forest. You and your invaders threaten to take these things from us, and without them, there can be no real men.
You have made no real men. You tried to mold my own son in your image, but you have failed. Soon, it will be we, of alopecia, molding your nation's sons. Your forests will become our cities. Your fields will become our factories. Your stubbly abominations will become our smooth expanses of clear, clean skin stretching as far as the eye can see. Yes, sir, Schnerbart. Things are going to change around here. Starting with this. I'll tell you what. I'm a reasonable man, so I'm giving you a choice. You could stand your ground and die. Or you can take that brick-eating sword you have there and lop off that ridiculous mustache.
No, that is not how things are done. As long as I live, I will not break that chain. I will not see it broken.
I guess you're right. You won't. So be it. Clean it up. Clean it all up. I've had enough of this whole backwards mess. Let's make some progress.
Yes, the blues were run through, I'm sorry to say. And that's the reason mustaches are so scarce today. And yet, for a few brave and hairy-lipped men, the flag of the Blue Army waves once again! Who am I kidding? That isn't really the end. Schnerbart died, ere our moral he ever did know. The tree that won't bend breaks when wind starts to blow. You see, compromise is the thing. If only Schnerbart had known, or any of the other countries he and Soupstrainer visited, for that matter, all of whom ended up suffering the same fate as Trichosia and falling victim to alopecian occupation, losing their respective traditional hairstyles in the process. That is with the notable exception of Orhar, which enjoyed tremendous prosperity under the glorious reign of the ear-hair mayor. But you get my drift. Compromise, eh? I think I know just the thing to remedy my situation with the new dean. All right, I'll try compromise. I'll bend in the wind. I want to keep the mustache. She wants it gone. She'll just have to meet me halfway.
It's right.